Hey, is this Shedeur? Hey, this is Mickey Loomis here, the GM of the New Orleans Saints. How you doing? This is Mickey Loomis here, GM of the Saints.
How you doing?
Good, how are you, man?
Good, been waiting on you.
Yeah, we have. It's been a long wait, man. We're going to take you with our next pick right here, man.
This ain't gonna be nothing to you.
Hey, but you're going to have to wait a little bit longer, man. Sorry about that.
I think he's the best one for the job for any city and even the most important.
Sanders flushed out of the pocket. And the catch is made. Sanders steps up into the pocket. Touchdown, Colorado. Sanders again fires. End zone. Hustles. Cribbit. Touchdown. I knew he was going to do this. He's already piled up 135 yards in the air. Shedeur Sanders. Oh, what a move. Hit him with the sauce. Touchdown. Sanders taking a check. Got a man. Sanders. Touchdown.
I'm locked in. I'm focused.
What a dime drop by Shedeur Sanders. Touchdown. Drills it complete.
You ain't trying to change the franchise or the coach. You don't give me.
Sanders even downfield. Catches. Sanders has a ton of green in front of him. He escapes. Touchdown. Shedeur Sanders completed 69% of his passes a season ago.
We talk about a quarterback's arm and talent, the ability to layer the ball over a defender.
Sanders fires. Got a man. Lester. That's called a layered throw. A next level NFL throw from Shedeur Sanders.
Beautiful throw. And they better find a way to get pressure on Sanders. He's too good.
Aggressive drop by Shedeur Sanders in the offense.
Shedeur, he's the facilitator.
Sanders shotgun snap. Stays in the pocket. Lost it downfield. It's caught. Touchdown. Shedeur Sanders has time. Gets it out wide open. Nothing but real estate. How about that smart catch from Shedeur Sanders? Yards continue to pile up.
Player that we think has untapped potential in the passing game. And then, Shedeur, we talk oftentimes about quarterback being the most important position in the sport. We obviously spend a lot of time with Shedeur throughout the process. He's highly accurate, can play well from the pocket. Very productive college career, and we felt like it wasn't necessarily the plan going into the weekend to select two quarterbacks, but as we talk about, we do believe in best player available. We do believe in positional value, and we didn't necessarily expect him to be available in the fifth round, and so we love adding competition to every position room. And adding him to compete with the guys that are already in there, we felt like that was the appropriate thing to do. Obviously, Shedeur has kind of grown up in the spotlight, but our expectation is for him to come in here and work and compete. Nothing's been promised. Nothing will be given. So I may hesitate to characterize it as a blockbuster. That's not necessarily how we thought of the transaction, but we are excited to work with him.
Without divulging maybe too much of the conversations, when you did call him to tell him that you were picking him, just what was the message to him, and what was maybe his message to you guys? Because I'm sure, again, it was a disappointing slide from somebody who expected to get picked early first round.
I think our message to him, it's really all this. It's like, look, got to come in and work, and you got to come in and compete. That's the message. Nothing's given. Given the nature of the weekend for him, relative to, let's say, external expectation versus what happened, we did tell him that it really doesn't matter where you picked, it's what you do from that point forward, because that's the reality for all the guys that we selected this weekend. In terms of his reaction, I just say it was probably a mixture of gratitude, relief, and determination. That would probably be the best way to characterize it. But he's certainly ready to go.
Welcome in, quick hitters. Welcome in, Goodymo Short Crew. I hope everybody having a happy, slouchy Sunday. After a long wait, Shedeur Sanders has been selected 5th round 144 pick to the Cleveland Browns. As noted in the early video of college students, which I'm pretty sure everybody done heard about it already, decided to prank call Shedeur Sanders, which I think is a disgrace, immature. For college students, we're not talking about elementary kids, we're not talking about junior high kids. We're talking about college students. Decided to pull this off on a man that's been waiting days to be selected in the NFL draft. There's word coming out that the NFL is actually looking into this, trying to investigate it. I hope Shedeur Sanders, Deon Sanders, decides to press charges against these college students, all the way to the extent of the law for impersonating a general manager, NFL team. The way I see it, the only way something like this is going to go away and never happen again, you have to press charges. They have to face consequences behind something like this to make sure it doesn't happen again. And there's a lot of people, I understand. Y'all want to have some arguments and say he's not good enough. That's why he didn't get drafted. He wasn't one of the best quarterbacks in the draft. You could say all of that. I'm not even going to argue that. But I will argue that this young man shouldn't have to wait to the 5th round to be selected by any team. Now, if you're going to tell me that it's 143 players in the draft that's better than Shedeur Sanders, to me, that's just coming off as straight hate. You just don't like the guy. Just don't like him. But I hope they look into that even further, because something like this has never happened to this magnitude to any other player in any sport in a draft, let alone the NFL. I'm going to say this and I'm going to be done with this story completely. Next time I talk about Shedeur Sanders, it'll be him with the Cleveland Browns fighting for a position, a starting position at quarterback. Whether he's going to be good or whether he's going to be bad, that's the only time I will be covering Shedeur Sanders with the Cleveland Browns. Everybody else can talk about it till the cows come home, until, just milk this thing all the way out. I'm not going to do it. I feel like it's over with. But before I get out of here, I'm just going to give a little advice to Shedeur Sanders and actually Deon Sanders as well, which they do not need advice. Definitely not from me. They don't need to know what the deal is or what's going on. They're going to conduct themselves the way they feel they need to. Shedeur Sanders, it's just all about going to work now. Join the team. Just work hard. Be yourself all the way through. That's all you know how to do. That's all you need to do, is just be yourself. Work hard. Fight for the position you want. It may not be this upcoming season. They got 5 quarterbacks on this roster. By the start of the season, they're going to have 3. Fight for at least that top 3 spot and work from there. Because within next season, going into the following, I believe you will get an opportunity. And when that opportunity comes, just be ready. Put your head down, go to work, do the things you're supposed to do like you've always done. And that opportunity will come. And I would just say, take full advantage of it. Use it as fuel. Like you say, use it as fuel. Make every team regret not picking you. And I mean, it's a handful. You almost could say the Cleveland Browns as well, even though you're playing on their team. You can use that as motivation, that they skipped on you. 2, 3 times? Deon Sanders, my advice to you, you're going to be asked next season, football season, during your season, in press conferences, about your son, Shedeur Sanders. I will be short. I will be brief. I wouldn't even elaborate on it. Something simple as, I think he's doing well. He'll get his opportunity when the time comes. I'm looking forward to it. he's just going to compete and let the best quarterback win the job. No need to elaborate on what the team is doing, what the coach is doing. Do you have future plans of becoming the head coach of the Cleveland Browns? I wouldn't touch any of those subjects. And trust me, the media is going to try. Every time you hit a podium or you have a microphone in your mouth, they're going to try to get you to say something about your son, something about the Cleveland Browns. I will stay completely away from it because that's what they're expecting. They're expecting something to blow up or something to go the wrong way just so they can point the finger and say, aha, there it is. We knew it. Go through your college season worrying about your players, worrying about the university, and trying to have a hell of a season yourself. That will be my advice. It's very simple. We know Deon can get emotional at times. We know he can overtalk. Times he can get triggered. I just want him to stay calm. Be himself. Don't touch it. Have very little to say. And I think everything will go well coming in next season. Allow your son to make his own way. Continuously watching from afar. Enjoy y'all slouchy Sunday. This G.S.Q.H. Goodymo Sports Quick Hits. Appreciate y'all time. And we out of here. Peace.